Let's get it going. I'm very impatient. Oh, yeah. Okay. Try not to hit that spot. Hey guys, I am going to do a voiceover because my new headset was not connected when I started this video, so my phone was recording my pocket the whole time, actually my thigh bag the whole time. So this video I'm going to focus on throttle. My last video was basically just friction zone and how to stop. So I'm going to kind of take you through with each instructional, I guess, video. It's just going to be kind of the same way I learned. So I just want to share the same things that I've done in the same order. You'll see, obviously, like my project videos or just my rides get thrown in between the different sessions, but I learned in literally a couple weeks how to ride, and this is how I did it. So if you watched my how do I stop this thing video, that was all about finding your friction zone and going basically in a straight line, feeling the friction, and then being able to safely and effectively stop your bike. So with this, obviously right now I'm traveling down my road. I'm just gonna go to the parking lot. This is where I learned. It's a huge parking lot where I practiced most of the time until I got to more of the maneuvers and turning really tight turns and zigzags and all that. I wanted a smaller, newer parking lot for that, just because, as you'll see when I pull into the lot, it's gravel. Well, it's paved, but it's like kind of gravelly. It's really old, so it's just lots of debris within it. So basically the main thing that I did was the big turns in that, and then focusing on going from a stop, turning, in my friction zone. So here you'll see giving it throttle as I'm coming off the clutch, and just kind of ignore some of the stop signs within our subdivision, but whatever, just ignore that. It's totally fine. No one's gonna come for me, especially in our subdivision. But so I'm just kind of gonna watch my video and try to remember what I was saying, but I'm probably gonna forget, and you know, you can hear me talking too. Oh, it sucks that I caught none of it. I was just talking to myself the whole time. It's fine. I have no idea what I was saying right here, so you're just gonna have to bear with me with this voiceover. So you can see my hands twist. They're both twisting kind of at the same time, and that's when I'm shifting. So pull the clutch in, twist my right hand forward towards the brake lever, and that's engaging the clutch off the throttle. And then I'll kick that shifter up at the same time. So you're kind of doing three things at once, but that's how it goes. It's just hands and one foot all at the same time. And then this road isn't too bad with the bumps, but you'll see, I think I was talking about how I was kind of swerving. I kind of change my location within the lane to try and kind of predict where the smoothest spot in the bumps that I see coming are, because I have kind of a horrible suspension. Oh, look at my decal. I forgot. I don't think I mentioned it in any video yet, but on my start button on the right side, I took off, so there's like the kill switch, which is the off and run, which is closest to my right hand, and then the start button, which usually has the little swirl, kind of like that run symbol you see, and says start, but I took it off with not such great means. I used brake clean. It's fine. It'll be fine. It's not toxic or anything. Whatever, it's totally toxic, but it just kind of melted my start button. And it's fine because I put a decal on it and now it says shred and I'm in love with it. So you guys should comment down below if you would want to buy one of these shred decals from me. I think it's pretty sick, but whatever. All right, so ease off the clutch, feel that pull, give it throttle at the same time. Pray you don't stall, because that truck in front of me was going so slow. Ignore my hat. I just kind of hooked it around my handlebars there. It's fine. So this section of this road gets incredibly bumpy. Like, it feels like I'm riding a dirt bike when I drive down here. Okay, so feathering that front brake. And friction zone with some throttle to pull you forward until you can fully release that clutch. And that was a shift. And me bahaing over these bumps because of my garbage suspension. I have an old bike, so it is what it is. I think one of them kind of knocks my helmet. There we go, that's a big one. But yeah, I just kind of dirt bike over all these bumps. It gets a little rough. Whatever. Sometimes it kind of freaks me out, like with these bumpy roads, if it's like bump after bump and it just like kind of shakes my helmet. I'll have to readjust sometimes, but it freaks me out a little bit just because I'm not a super experienced rider. So what if like one of these bumps just hits at the wrong angle, or it's just a little bit more than I think it's gonna be, and so I hit it a little bit harder, like maybe that'll make me crash. Who knows? I don't know. It just freaks me out a little bit. But this is the parking lot. I'm just gonna go right through this one. It's fine. That's a Mexican restaurant on the right that we go to all the time. Super good. Oh my gosh, and that restaurant on the left, it's like a hot dog pizza pub, whatever. Maybe it's just a pub. I don't know, but it's called Top Dog. And it smelled so good when I passed it. Alright, so I'm just gonna squeeze in here. So this is the lot. It's a big lot. In the parking lot of Big Lots. So I'm just gonna put it in neutral. Maybe. There we go. I have absolutely no idea what I was talking about right here. You can see the storm clouds because I caught a little bit of rain. You might be able to see it on the way back, but then it completely downpoured on my bike when we were in the store. But anyways, so I think that I started to explain my first video, which was all about how to stop and going over the friction zone, which I kind of touched on in the beginning of this video. Frank was following me behind with Dino, so we could all go shopping afterwards. It's not some random creeper truck. But I have no idea why I was petting my bike. Yeah, just because I just love it so much. It's awesome. I really wish that my audio would have picked up with my internal mic. I'll have to show you guys. I got this new like Bluetooth type system that I can play music. So here we go. I'm in first now. And then I'll start to ease off the clutch. There we go. It's pulling me my friction zone. And then I think I was talking about feathering the brake here. So you're pulling the brake, but making sure not to twist your hand back, what I was saying here. So pull again with the friction zone and give it some throttle and you're off. Your goal here is to kind of match your throttle when your throttle engages at the same point your friction zone starts to pull you. So I didn't come to a complete stop, but you can do the same thing, slow down as much as you can, and then you can do it again. Start pulling yourself with that friction, with that clutch, and give it throttle at the same time. Does just the same as if you were coming to a complete stop. So same thing. This is what I did forever until I got faster and faster, and then I could shift up to second. So necessarily not stopping, I wasn't really doing. I was coming to a complete stop because I absolutely sucked at starting from a stop without stalling it. I stopped here because I had no idea what this truck was going to do. He was coming across and then he's like, I'm just going to go to the bar. Whatever, guy. So here I'm talking about smooth out with that hand. Kind of what I like to think is like a rolling motion. You're just kind of swooping those fingers down in a super easy, smooth, outward motion. So starting from the stop. I love this lock because it's huge. You could do this a million times in one pass. So again, I have no idea what I was talking about, but we're going to start again here in a second. And you're just going to go smooth off that clutch when you start to engage that throttle. Alright, pulling and engage that throttle and smooth out. Smooth out. There we go. That's how I was trying to explain it. That kind of rolling motion. Just kind of swoop that hand, but in a really controlled, easy, slow motion. Do a couple more times, I think. Oh, this is where I was talking about feathering the brake. So when I'm in normal traffic, I do it here because I like to kind of practice how I would actually ride. Is just kind of feathering that brake. A lot of people say feather, feather, feather. What the heck does that mean? So I was kind of doing like a little squeeze and release type motion, but not, it's like quick, but it's not hard. And that's what feathering the front brake is. So I like to do that here. It's not really necessary when you're going like super, super slow. You can just kind of grab it. You'll stop suddenly, but I like to try and get it as smooth as possible. And then another reason I really like this parking lot, that's a roundabout. I had no idea that that was a roundabout. But if you want to practice roundabouts, this would be an awesome parking lot to come do that. But this one, it's so big, it has stop signs in it. But if you don't have something as large as this necessarily, you can find like a strip mall or like a Walmart type area or grocery store. Go late at night or whatever, even if you want to practice stopping and starting with like the traffic, like foot traffic coming in and out, or just going down that main aisle. They have tons of stop signs. If you want to practice that, go to a parking lot after hours and hit all those stop signs, and then you can play around with the parking spaces. And I did a lot of, I guess, pretending when I was in my small parking spot. So maybe I'll make another video on that. Just kind of things to think about and just kind of ways to play around in the parking lot just to get your maneuvers and all that. So that is my throttle video.